Here's the intro for my tutorial for the Blossom crossbody bag, patterned by Bagstock Designs. Usually I'm trying to get into the habit of doing an intro where I show the completed bag and be all excited about it. There is no completed bag because I'm at the halfway point. It's dinner time. It's taking me a little longer than I expected, and my husband's going to be home any minute, and he will bug me. He'll try and stay out of my hair, God bless his soul, but it won't work. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to upload what I've got so far all together and piece it all together, put it on YouTube, and part 2, there's a slight chance it'll be done tonight, but I highly doubt it. He should be home any second and he won't be going out again tonight. So I will more than likely finish it tomorrow morning and then upload the video sometime tomorrow late morning, early afternoon. So enjoy what I've made so far already, please and thank you. And I would love it if you like and subscribe. I do explain it's a little more urgent now than it was before. To me, before there was no urgency to get to the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. Well, now there's a little bit of urgency. I highly doubt I'll ever get there, but you never know. Let's make it happen. Enjoy the video. Oh my goodness, today is not my day. This is being a pretty hefty Monday, if there ever was a hefty Monday. Anyway, as you saw from the intro, I am making the Blossom crossbody bag. It is a pattern by Bagstock Designs. The reason I am so frustrated right now is because I have pressed record 100 times using this little shutter button thing, and when I hear the little boop sound indicating it's starting to record, 3 times it didn't record making my strap. I haven't made a crossbody strap for probably over a year, and some people like to see that process, so I went to record it. It didn't work. The reason it was 3 times was because I went all wonky on it, seam ripped, did it again, and the last 2 times it didn't even record. So my strap is made. This is actually, it's outdoor decor fabric. It's water resistant. I folded it. It's 4 inches wide and however many inches indicated in the pattern. Folded it in, folded it again, and then sewed top stitch down each side, each long side. And then when I thought I was recording again, I sewed the exterior front pocket with the magnetic snap. I installed that off camera. I'm not even attached on this side here. Oh my goodness. And then basted it to the front panel, which you'll see me do a little bit of it right now because I'm not even attached to it. And hopefully nothing else is under this panel right now, getting caught in there. There we go. So we got our little exterior pocket here with a magnetic snap, and then here is the lining portion of the flap. I like to use exterior fabric for both sides of the flap, and it's just going to, male and female, they're going to snap together like that. And you put tape over the prongs and everything so you don't wear a hole in the fabric that is going to be laying right on this. So next we are going to put together the flap, and I don't have that part here. I will return in right now. Right now. I went to go mark my centers because I learned my lesson on the second to last video I did for YouTube, because I didn't mark my centers and I was having a heck of a time with it. And I can't because the magnetic snap's already installed, but I can just wing this part and then don't do it again. So I've just taken my exterior flap piece and my lining flap piece, putting them right sides together and lining everything up as best you can when you don't mark the centers. And yes, the exterior piece is shorter than the lining piece. That is accurate. I know when you watch this, you'll be thinking, is it though? But yes, it is. It is accurate. Now, I could be in a little bit of a flap because I just found out earlier today that YouTube is changing And my goal is to help people. And in the process, yes, I would love to get monetized. And you know, you need minimum 1,000 subscribers, and you need 4,000 watch hours per year. I am a very, very far cry from that, of course. So anyway, as of February 1st next year, they are changing it to 8,000 watch hours per year to be monetized. And there are other ways to be monetized, I know that, but you know, it just seems to me that the ad rolling revenue, whatever it's called, I don't know, don't come for me, just seems to be the easiest path to take. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. So that's what's being changed. And like I said, I was always a far cry from it. But you know what? They're going to grandfather in the people who are already into the 4,000 hours and stuff. If you're already monetized, you will stay monetized, unless they change that rule. But for right now, it's grandfathered in. And so I've got till January 31st to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And is it doable? Sure. Is it doable by a channel just run by little me? Maybe, maybe not. Can't do it without your help though. So if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you have, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You can like this video so it gets out in front of more people. What else? You click that notification bell. You will get notified every time I upload a video. And if you share this video, that's another way. It's all I'm asking, you know, the things I'm asking for are completely free to you. It just takes a little bit of time, and I would appreciate it greatly. And, you know, it is a very, very lofty goal to try and get to 1,000 subscribers, because I'm very far away from it. I'm not even at 50 subscribers yet to go live from my phone. But every number higher is a number closer to that goal. All these goals. I got lots of goals. Lots and lots of them. So anyway, I sewed that at the seam allowance mentioned in the pattern, and I took my, I want to call them zigzag scissors, and yes, people do call them that. What are they? Pinking shears. And just trimmed it down here so that when we turn it right side out, everything sits really nice and pretty. Hopefully. I do have Decoville light on the exterior flap piece, so it does make it kind of thick. A little awkward to turn right side out, but doable. And oh, makes it awkward to get it all nice and straightened out and pretty. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I will be right back. There we go. Turned it right side out. It's all nice and pretty, and yes, again, that is supposed to be that way. It matters in a step coming up shortly. Ow. Just gonna top stitch here. Oh, I'm gonna check my needle first. It was some sticky when I was doing that crossbody strap. Haven't used double-sided tape anywhere else on this pattern just yet, but you just never know, especially with the day I'm having. I hope everyone watching this is having a wonderful day, wherever they are, and all that fun stuff. And I'm going to keep my stitch length at 4, probably throughout the pattern. I'm looking for my scrap of vinyl. I don't have it. Okay, never mind. This is thick. I've made a number of these patterns. I've made, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. It's a really fun pattern, and I've only got 2 left to sell. So must replenish, and thought, hey, I'll do a video because I haven't done one for this yet. And there's the top stitch. Ooh, that looks like a pair of jeans. That's kind of cool. And here I thought that I made this one. I thought I made this color the lining, but I like that better. Woohoo! Okay, I've made a mark on my exterior panel with erasable pen. This is not erasable. Uh-oh, this isn't erasable. This is, it'll fade. Air erasable. Okay. Is that what she says? Using an erasable pen. Okay, I'm just getting confused. Okay, so we want to find our center this way and line up the lining piece of the flap on that line, keeping it centered. And you can use pins if you're using that kind of fabric. I'm not. I guess the flap could be pinned, but it cannot be pinned to the exterior of the rest of the bag because it is vinyl. And we don't want to do that. I'm just going to take a little quick measure here and see how close we are to where we're not supposed to be. I mean, where we are supposed to be, but where I'm probably not. Oh, look at that. I'm going to hold it. Eek. I'm going to hold it in place and sew this on at the seam allowance mentioned in the pattern. Make sure you sew only on the flap and only on the lining portion of the flap, not the exterior shorter piece. Yeah, I don't know how this foot's gonna like this. Probably not very much. I'm not even gonna hold my threads because I got too much going on right now. Oh, maybe I will. Okay, it decided to shift over on me. I knew it wouldn't stay where I wanted it to go. Hopefully this will be good enough. I think I just sewed over the exterior flap too. Oy vey. Hopefully it looks okay and hopefully it covers up that pen mark. And let's see what's next. Next we are going to flip it up. Now this is weird because when you flip it up, I'm still attached, hang on. When you flip it up, this part wants to flip up and be all weird, so you just got to kind of fight it. Make sure, cut all your threads. Don't be like me. Flip it up. And we are going to sew 2 seams here. I don't like this presser foot for this one. Oops. Oh, no. Come on. There we go. I don't want Roxy either. Not right now. There we go. So we're just going to line it up with the edge there as close as we can, and that is mighty thick. Mighty thick. Okay, I do need my hump jumper. I was looking for the scrap of vinyl because I prefer that more than the hump jumper, but I can't find it. Probably pushed on the floor. Anyway, here we go. Whoa. Awfully thick. Cover up that snap because it's blinding me. And we're going to another seam right beside it. And I'll fast forward you through that part. You are recording. Yay! Next, we are going to construct the back zipper pocket piece. It is, I'm using number 5 zipper tape, and we've got zipper tabs. I've got them clipped front and back on top and bottom of this zipper, and just going to sew them on at the seam allowance mentioned in the pattern. I like this thread choice because it kind of looks like it's a pair of jeans, considering this denim was a pair of jeans. Checking for loops. Looked okay. Oops. Now we're going to flip them wrong sides together. Oh, that is so thick. I don't remember how I did the zipper tabs before. When I made this pattern before, that is awfully thick, but we'll work it. Top stitch. I usually change out my zipper foot for that part to a skinnier one, but nope. Just gonna sew these ends together here. And I will repeat that for the other side. I'm finished my zipper, and I trimmed the tabs down to meet up with the sides of the zipper tape. I am now going to mark my centers of the back panel, lower panel that it attaches to first. Need the readers on so I can see what I'm doing. Just making little snips out of in the vinyl, little V snips. Oh, ouch. There we go. No snippy snip in the zipper. Just fold, pinch, and mark with a tool of some sort. And I've asked this question before and never gotten an answer yet, but are you team you snip into the zipper tape or not? I am team not, but I could change. You never know. Guess this is something I could have done off camera too. Okay, so I'm going to grab some double-sided tape. I'm keeping it in the package because it's a new roll, and this stuff stinkies. Very pinky. Yeah, just for a few days. A few times in and out of that bag, and it seems to be fine after a while. So it does say to baste the zipper in place. I'm not going to baste because this is going to act as my basting stitch. Just gonna, oh, this is strong smelling. Put some tape along the top. Your needle can get sticky sewing through DecoBuild as well, and maybe some other interfacings, so gotta check it then too. My needle seems to be fine, but this upcoming seam could change that. If I could just get this paper off. There we go. Want the zipper opening from left to right, so my zipper pull is over that way with the rounded edge on the left, lining up the centers. Keeping your zipper pull out of the tape. Swap out my foot so I can get close enough. Oh, pinky. Oh dear. I'll be back in a minute. I need my lining piece. I am so ill prepared today. So I have sandwiched my zipper in between the exterior lower part panel, zipper, and the lining or the pocket lining piece. And I'm going to sew them. I've used double-sided tape on both layers, and I'm just going to sew this on at the seam allowance mentioned in the pattern. And because I used 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 inch wide double-sided tape, I don't think I'll be sewing over it, but I'll check my needle when I'm done, if I remember. Down, press your foot up, move the zipper pull out of the way, and continue on your merry way till you get to the other side. Nope, feels good. Yay. Now we're just going to flip the pocket lining down and put the wrong sides together. Flipping it on the sides to hold it, help me to hold it down. This lining fabric is very sturdy, and I don't remember where I got it. And now we're just going to top stitch. And I'm going to use my hump jumper. that lining fabric stayed well down where it should be and didn't creep up to get caught in the zipper. No, it stayed down. Yay, that's good. What's next? We are going to take clips off if you have them on. We're going to flip it over, wrong side facing up. We are going to take our zipper pocket panel piece, lining piece, and we're going to flip it up to join up with the top of the zipper tape. And I guess I could use double-sided tape at this point, but you know what? Sometimes I just don't. And I think that might be one of these times. Or this might be one of those times. And, you know what? I am going to baste. I never... Oh, okay. I won't say never, even though I just did. I rarely baste a zipper in place. Very rarely. Let's go for it. What the heck? And I regret it already. There we go. Now we have a somewhat closed pocket. We still have these sides, and we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so I did go the double-sided tape route for attaching this part to the zipper. Oops, zipper tape. And I'm going to sew it on at the full seam allowance. Pump jumper. I'm going to move my needle inward too. Oh, that scared me. That was unnecessary and a little overly dramatic, but I get it. It's that kind of day. Flip it up. Get all your dookies out of the way. Check your needle. Check. Going to top stitch the top panel. Oh, I like that floral zipper tape. It's so pretty. So pretty. So now I'm just going to baste my pocket closed here. Just on each side. I'm just going to start where I basically left off. Could have kept the needle in there, but no, I don't usually do that. But I know I could. Feels okay. Sounds a little funky. Maybe I should change out my needle. Somebody commented that I should probably try a size 19 or 20 needle. I'm definitely going to try that. Haven't yet though. But I will. Oops. Guess I'm taking some lessons from that hump jumper. Just flipping out. I like it. I think the common thread, haha, no pun intended, for this pattern, oh not the pattern, but my fabric choices are going to be, or is going to be, this is really thick. This is my lining fabric that you've already seen, and it is very thick fabric, but I did heavyweight interfacing down the center too. So yes, it's going to be thick. So can't really take heat to this very well, so I just folded it on the lines that I marked and used a seam roller. And if I can get the camera, you know, a decent setup over at the cutting table, then I'll start bringing you over there too. But for right now, it's just not too feasible. So we're just going to top stitch along the top of each of the exterior folds here. Yeah, I couldn't remember if this ends up being super duper thick with the interfacing on it, and yep, I remember. So keep everything else out from underneath what you're sewing. You just want to sew the one individual peak. There are 3 of them when you're done. You just want to sew those individually as a top stitch. And I hope that my fold stayed straight enough. We will soon find out when I put it all together, and that one looks awfully crooked. Let me see. Maybe not. Soon find out. If I have to cut another piece, so be it. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. When you do this, a really good tip is to mark a T at the back for top, or put a mark of anything. Put a smiley face, a little slash, whatever, just so you know which is the top. It matters. Gotta say, my right arm's getting stronger from all that hand wheel cranking. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to, because they were folded peaks up and they were folded valleys down at specific points. And then you just fold it all together so that this is forming credit card slots. Oh, they look pretty good. And so that's why your interfacing runs down the center of this as opposed to all the way to the edges, because we're going to sew this together and it gets really, really chunky in there. And you know, chunky is good if you're talking peanut butter, salsa, you know, those kinds of things. But when you're talking chunky seams, can be an issue. Just get this clipped up to hold so I can see. Am I basting? What am I doing? Yep, just basting. This fabric also has ridges. It has a ridge pattern in it. Now I don't need to start right at the bottom. I just have to start where the first fold is, which is right there. I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 inches from the bottom. I hope it's the bottom. Yes, it is, because I marked a little T for me. That's it's only one fold that we're going through, but we are going through 3 layers already, and now we're going to be going through more and more. But are we? Yeah, I think we are at some point. So that's one side done. And after I baste this one on, I'm going to flip it over. I want it to go in the same direction so that I have less chance of getting twisted and looking a little off. I realize my hand is covering a lot of stuff there, and I apologize for that. Well, let's hope it all looks nice and straight. And there's no such thing as perfect, but let's hope it's good enough. And I think it's good enough. Now this looks like it's too wide for credit card slots, and it is, but that's because there are side wingy pieces to this, and we'll be sewing them at a narrower seam allowance, and cards fit in there oh so nicely. You will see. You won't shut off, but I'll shut you off. Okay, so I trimmed the credit card slot section down from the bottom, and my piece is a tiny bit crooked, but I'm hoping that when I get the rest of the panel assembled, it will be fine. So here is, when we're looking at it, this is the left wing, and I want a different foot on. Sorry, could have done this in my downtime, and I didn't. I feel like my thread is twisted, but it's not. It's good. So we have to sew over the bulky credit card slots a few times, a couple more times. Gotta sew at the seam allowance here, flip it out, and top stitch. Flip it out, do not flip out. Keep it cool. Saying that to myself as much as I am to anyone who's watching. That is thick. So if you're on a domestic machine, tread carefully. Pick your fabrics wisely. Good job. Where's the other one? So the pattern does come with 2 pieces to cut out individually, but if you just wanted to print out the one, you could just cut one and mirror it. And I forgot about that. So I printed and cut out both. Yeah, this is crooked because I've got a tiny, tiny little bit of overhang up here, like minuscule, and then when I line this up, there's more overhang at the bottom. Well, I hope it all comes together okay. I know there was one blossom I made where I just omitted the credit card slots and just gave it a plain old panel in there. Nah, I didn't feel good about it. definitely not something you want to race through. At least I don't want to. And we'll top stitch yet again. Oops. Did that go wonky or anything? No, it's pretty good. Yeah, I can see that the credit card slots maybe kind of go up a little bit on the right, but they're still serviceable, and once it's in the bag, probably won't even be able to tell. Next is to install the top piece. It's the same size and shape as the exterior zipper pocket piece. I don't have my centers clipped. I'll do that right now. This fabric is just so dense that I could probably just finger press it and the mark would stay there for a very long time. Doesn't stay forever though, because I have that fabric folded and there aren't any folds in it. Okay, so we are going to do right sides together, and at some, you know, there is a right and a wrong side to this fabric, but be danged if I can see it or feel it. So I really don't sweat it. Just line them up in the center. And sew these pieces together. Breathe a sigh of relief because you're not going through all those credit card slots, but you're getting hung up here on something. Now, what would that be? There we go. Sure, as soon as I say, you could, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, yes. I think maybe I might be taking this as a sign to not do tutorials on Mondays. That might be it. Good thing this isn't a live. Oh my goodness. I think I would have given up. Honest and truly. Ooh, my bobbin might be getting a little low. Come on, you can last this stitch, please. Seam. Of course it'll last this stitch. Last all these stitches, please. Can't remember how many bobbins this pattern calls for. Probably one and a bit, for me anyway. And there is one of our interior panels. Complete. That time I forgot to press record. Oops. So I took slip pocket piece A, folded it in half, and now I'm top stitching the top part and basting the sides together. And I guess I could have left this out too. You know, because why? Why do I need to show you this? I didn't need to, but I did. Now we are going to take our other lining panel, find our centers, which again I could have done that off camera too. I'm sorry about this. I'll get better. I promise. I hope. I'm going to try. I can promise to try my best. My centers on this beforehand. Yay! Ouch. Flip it along the bottom and the sides if you feel the need. I do. Yeah, notice this fabric likes to curl up once it's sewn. I wonder if this, oh, I think my husband bought me this. Yeah, I think he did. And if he did, it was Fabricland. Pretty sure. Was an easier panel, lining panel, than the other one. Both rewarding, and the credit card panel is doable for sure. Okay, I think we're at the halfway point where I can summarize what has happened so far, and I'm going to leave out the chaotic bits, I hope. So I have constructed the crossbody strap, and it went okay. We will see. I will see in the future if it actually worked in installation and all that. Then we sewed the front exterior with the magnetic snap and the flap, and it'll all make sense once it's all together. Then we sewed the back exterior zipper pocket with the pretty floral zipper and a pocket that runs the width of the panel. And then we sewed the, you know, very, very mountainous credit card slots in the wings and the top. And I did trim that part down because I put the pattern piece on it and this was hanging clearly, so I trimmed it away. Then we sewed that one, the slip pocket, for the interior. And then it says to use Decaville Light. I just used heavyweight interfacing and used my iron and not my heat press and just quickly put it there. Will it withstand a ton of, you know, rough housing? Well, it probably would, but you know, it's just there for now and it will get sewn to the exterior panel. So I'm going to take the magnetic flap piece and the slip pocket piece. You can orient it whichever way you want. I don't think it matters. I haven't read that part in the pattern, but you want to put them wrong sides together, line up the centers, and if you don't have them marked now, it's going to be a little challenging to mark them, to fold them. I mean, you can mark them with a ruler, of course, but folding is so much more fun. And hopefully everything all lines up. Yep. Yeah, this vinyl is beautiful and it's very soft and supple, and maybe it should have been interfaced a little bit more, but I feel that once it's all put together, it's going to have great structure. I hope. And if not, well, then that might be a bit of an issue. I'm going to sew it this way up, even though I put my clips on the other way. Nope, I'm not going to check my bobbin. I'm just going to go with it because this is just a basting stitch. I'm going to start at the bottom. And if I run out, it is not a big deal. Get in there. Yeah, this is pretty thick. And then we're coming down to Thinsville because there's only the one little piece at the top here. And it is weight interfaced with heavyweight interfacing, but maybe it should have had some Decoville legs. Like I said, it's been a while since I've made this pattern. Probably tell you. I probably made it in February or March. It's quite a while ago. Oh, did I run out of bobbin thread here? Or is it just doing silly things? I ran out of bobbin thread. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know which video it was, but a project last week I was doing, I ran out of bobbin thread on a good point, not top stitching or anything. And it's so nice to do that rather than unwind the rest of the thread when you're thinking, nope, not enough to get me through this seam, and then you unwind it all and throw it in the garbage, realizing, yeah, it probably was enough. I really don't like it when that happens. I feel bad when I waste like that. I was gonna say one day I'll get better at it, and maybe I will, but then maybe I'll have my Juki by then, and I'll have to get used to a whole new size. I'm up for it. And we'll just go back here a couple stitches. Of course, it ended on a curve, but it ended on just a basting, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I'm so close to the edge. Oh my gosh, what if I put it on upside down? That would be my luck, but I didn't, I'm sure of it. Yay! Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so let's make sure. So the credit card slots, this is up, this is up. Guess what? I'm checking again. That's up, and that's up. Yep. Yeah, those slots are a little bit crooked. Oh well. If it was on the exterior, I wouldn't let this go because it's on the exterior. It would matter so much more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move this panel over just a tiny bit. Things do shift. Just had a little overhang on the one side and not enough on the other. Let's see, is that better? Yep. Mucho better. This is where I open up zippers because look how long that pull is. I could have sewn right over it. That would not be good. Let's get this off. Well, everything's okay. There's a bit of overhang on this side here now, so I'm just going to use this as my guide for basting. And again, I'm going to start at the bottom. You know what? I'm going to fast forward you through this. You're welcome. It won't stop with that thing. I actually think this is a good stopping point. I'm going to continue making this bag. I'm going to take a break right now, but I am going to come back. I'm going to record the rest of this tutorial. We've made the strap. I've already summed this up. The strap, we've attached 2 panels, exterior lining, and next it's gusset time, my favorite time. Love making gussets. And maybe you don't, but I do. Anyway, I'm going to put all these little snippet videos together and upload them, and then part 2 will be available probably tomorrow or in a few hours. I'm not sure. If the hubby comes home, then all bets are off and it'll have to probably be tomorrow. Take care.